Hello and welcome to episode 8 of the Valheim gameplay series, and today I'm going to be farming some carrots. So if you remember from episode 7, we did hop into the Bronze Age, so I did go ahead and get the bronze axe, the bronze buckler, as well as the cultivator, which is actually used by Uhtred right now. So he has the cultivator with him, but he went ahead and planted some carrots yesterday, and I'll take you to the carrot farm without further ado and show you what we got going. Alright, so first we have a nice little wooden gate that matches all the other gates, nice little fence around it to kind of keep it protected. But if you do remember from when we were getting copper and such, this was actually a copper deposit. And look at that, I turned it into a beautiful little fishing pond. After I dug it out, kind of cleaned up this cliff edge a little bit. Made this nice little cart path that goes around, little fishing dock right here. And it looks like we got a 1-star Grey Dwarf up there. I don't know if I'll be able to snipe it from here. I feel like I should be able to. Yep. Gosh, there's a lot of them out here today. So we do have a bit of defense around the farm because boars and Grey Dwarves and all will kind of destroy it if we didn't. So again, a little gate on this side, on the other side of the lake. Nice little sitting log, little bridge that crosses it. And there are the carrots, looking healthy and ready to pick. So they do take a few in-game Valheim days to grow. But we just took the cultivator and planted the carrot seeds that we got a few days ago. So as you can see, the cart right there, so we can kind of transport seeds back and forth. But without further ado, let's pick some of these carrots and unlock some epic recipes. Look at all of those. Carrot soup, deer stew. Oh, I am looking forward to making some of these. This is really, really cool. Alright, well, let's just go ahead and pick this entire bed worth. And then I will do another cultivator, so that I can be able to plant some more of these carrots, because I'll show you in a moment, we don't actually want to pick the entire bed. We want to save about 1/3 of our crops to actually create seeds with. So I'm just going to go ahead and pick what's in here and what's in that bed, and then this bed right here, we're going to plant carrot seeds so that we can keep the farm going. So in the meantime, I'm just going to go back with what I have and check out some of these new recipes and actually see what we can make, because food-wise, that is really, really, really good. And it is worth mentioning, I do have the fermenters now with nice little chests underneath them that are a little bit tough to access, but you can see how that looks really, really awesome. Did go ahead and make 2 of those. And then we have the cauldron. I have been living off of the boar jerky, but let's try this carrot soup, which is 1 mushroom and 3 carrots. So let's see how good that is. It looks like we do have 45 stamina and 15 health for 25 minutes. So that is the equivalent of, well, it's the opposite of fish. So essentially our honey only gives us 35 stamina and 8 health. So the carrot soup is already a huge step up from that. So that's pretty awesome. And what do we need for the deer stew? Some blueberries and some cooked deer meat. Let's go ahead and make that. So I've got a little bit of blueberries here, and we can go ahead and make that deer stew, which gives us 45 health and 15 stamina. So it's the same as cooked fish, but a little bit easier to obtain than cooked fish. And it lasts for 25 minutes, cooked fish lasts for 20 minutes, so it actually is slightly better than cooked fish. Oh, that is awesome. And we have the minced meat soup, which actually gives us a health of 40 and a stamina of 30, and that requires a raw boar meat, a necktail, and a carrot. I unfortunately don't have any boar meat, but I could actually go grab some here really shortly, because we have been breeding some boars, and they have been doing very well lately. So let me go ahead and grab a few boar meat, and get back to you when we have some boar meat to go ahead and make that minced meat stew. Alright, so we definitely do have plenty of boar to go ahead and kill one of them. I'm not going to kill Dippy. Dippy was one of the first boars that was in here. But we do have to go ahead and sacrifice one of them, if my axe will even hit them. So it looks like we do actually need the butcher's knife to be able to kill these, which is another thing I'll mention. So if I turn friendly fire, that also works. So that's another cool tip right now. that if you cannot get the boar, because normally you'd need a butcher's knife to get them, you can actually turn friendly fire off to be able to take damage from other players and everything, and then kill your own boar, essentially with whatever weapon that you want. So that's another thing worth mentioning, because I cannot otherwise hit my own tamed boar with just an axe or something. I would need a butcher's knife specifically. And then we do have plenty of raw necktails in there. And we can go ahead and make this minced meat sauce. That's what it is, minced meat sauce. Actually looks kind of good, not gonna lie. So those are the three things now that we have unlocked by having carrots: the deer stew, the carrot soup, and the minced meat sauce. And I'm super excited to try these out. So as you can see, this is a health of 40, stamina of 13, and this is a health of 15, stamina of 45. And then I also have the boar jerky by unlocking the cauldron. So that is basically a perfectly even food. A health of 23, stamina of 23. So I'm going to want to eat a health food and a stamina food probably over here. And it looks like if we do the minced meat sauce, which is a health of 40, and the deer stew is also a health of 45. So this is actually a better health food combined with this, which is mainly stamina. So if we go ahead and eat both of those, look at that health bar. So this is pretty amazing. We'll have like 90 plus health here. Probably close to 100 health. Yeah, we'll probably have around 100 health, and we have 132 stamina. So that is awesome. What an upgrade from just eating the usual honey, deer meat, and boar meat, which isn't terribly bad. Look at that. It looks like it's going to top out at around, yeah, 106 health. So this is amazing. So super, super excited to unlock all of these new recipes with the carrots now. All right, so it is now early morning the next day. You can see here the butcher's knife requires 10 tin, and this will allow us to essentially do a whole bunch of damage on one of our tamed animals if we did want to make that. So that is a useful thing when we do get the boars farming a whole bunch. And it is another cool thing to mention that to actually tame and farm boars, the carrots are the most useful food to use for them. In the past, we were using raspberries, but raspberries are they're an unlimited resource, but they're a little bit harder to get. So if we have a giant carrot farm, we'll have lots of carrots, and we'll essentially be able to just keep on taming those boars and breeding them to have plenty. So I am going to go ahead and make a bunch more bronze here to go ahead and craft another cultivator, and I can show you how to make carrot seeds. Alright, so Aegis just hopped on, and he has actually been working on the pub here, which is turning out to be really awesome. The pub slash tavern with the nice deck overlooking the lake. So this will be super awesome when that gets complete. Figure I'd mention that as we pass by that. I actually do need some core wood to make the cultivator, so I'm going to go ahead and grab a little bit of that out of my inventory. And I know I am encumbered, but I care not, because we just have a little distance to walk to grab this. So I will go ahead and make the cultivator, and I'm also going to make the bronze pickaxe at some point when I do have 10 more bronze. So it's very expensive, but I will probably be making that pretty soon. Alright, so we're headed back to the farm, and now that I do have the cultivator here, I'm going to show you everything that you need to do to make sure that you never run out of carrots, so that we can go ahead and planting carrot seeds. And each carrot seed will drop 3 seeds. So every time you plant a carrot as a seed, it will actually give you it'll multiply by 3 times as much. So that's why we do only plant a third of our crops, and we'll essentially have more than enough carrots to last us for quite a while. So I'll just show you with a few of these carrots. If I click on the cultivator and right click, you can see carrot seed. That's what it looks like. Only takes 1 carrot to plant. And we are going to go ahead and make this into the seed bed here. And space-wise, they don't need to be super far apart. Pretty much only a 1 meter distance between them. So we can go ahead and plant some of these carrot seeds here. And all we gotta do is wait for those to grow up into a nice, healthy carrot seed. It'll look similar to what they looked like when we picked them originally in the Black Forest. And we'll get a bunch more seeds to go ahead and plant more carrots. So with that said, That is infinite carrots, and I'm super stoked to be moving on to this stage of the game, having all these new recipes. And I will also take you around back. We have a completed path now that finally goes around the entire town, so we can actually be taking the cart places and, you know, go from the farm right into the foraging crafting area, from here right over here across this little dock here to the pub, and then to my house, and it's definitely turning out to be quite amazing. So with that said, today's episode is pretty short and sweet, and I will definitely be staying in touch with y'all in episode 9 about what we end up doing next. Probably a lot more building and homesteading, because that's what we'll be focusing on before we head out to the next biome. But with that, stay tuned, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.